That's the next one. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
I am feeling hopeful.
Barack Obama in the Democratic spotlight in Chicago.
This convention has always been pretty good to kids with funny names who believe in a country where anything is possible.
Backing Vice President Kamala Harris, saying we don't need 4 more years of Trump bluster and chaos.
We have seen that movie before, and we all know that the sequel is usually worse.
Former First Lady Michelle Obama also took the DNC stage.
Something wonderfully magical is in the air, isn't it?
Saying that feeling is hope, making a comeback. Now, Vice President Harris was not there, but did address the convention remotely from a rally in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, after a ceremonial roll call for her nomination, touting
a future for freedom, opportunity of optimism and faith.
Former President Trump campaigned in Howell, Michigan.
The border czar, Kamala Harris, has allowed hordes of illegal alien criminals to literally stampede into our country. We're going to end that on day one. We're going to close our border. We're going to get all of the bad ones out.
Today, he and running mate J.D. Vance will go to another battleground state, North Carolina. Now, the former president could get a boost from an endorsement. Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s running mate, Nicole Shanahan, tells Fox the Independent is considering dropping out and backing Trump.
I have to say there's only one party that has obstructed a fair election for us. And unfortunately, it was the Democratic Party. They've done everything they can, including creating PACs to prevent us from being able to have ballot access.
Speaking of ballots, Arizona Supreme Court and Montana's Secretary of State have approved abortion questions for voters in November. It would enshrine rights in both states' constitutions until a fetus could live outside the womb about 24 weeks into a pregnancy. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey, checking in?
This is not just your flu shot appointment at Walgreens.
Yes. Yeah. Uh-huh.
This is getting your entire family vaccinated in one trip.
Hey, Mom?
And a snack on the way out. Get flu shots for everyone in your family, together. Schedule appointments online today. This is wellness made easy. Walgreens.
Vaccine subject to availability and for ages 3+. State and health-related restrictions may apply.
Introducing Coin. That's COIGN.com. Coin is America's first credit card built by and for conservatives. Backed by Visa, Coin supports causes you care about every time you spend right at no cost to you and earn 1% cash back rewards on every purchase. Sign up today at COIGN.com. Select radio in the How Did You Hear About Us section. Terms apply. Go to coin.com/disclosures for full details.
A days-long push for peace has ended for Secretary of State Antony Blinken without a ceasefire deal for Gaza, he says is urgent.
Time is of the essence because every single day, women, children, men in Gaza are suffering without access to adequate food, medicine.
Well, that was before Blinken left Qatar. He had also gone to Egypt and Israel, but Hamas has rejected the latest peace offer. Yet another commercial ship in distress in the Red Sea.
According to British maritime officials, the ship came under repeated attack. It was traveling through the Red Sea, some 90 miles from the port of Hodeidah in Yemen, when suspected Houthi militants opened fire from small boats. We're told 3 projectiles then hit the ship, but we don't know if that means drones or missiles. The vessel reports being not under command. That usually means damage to the point of being unable to maneuver. The Houthis have attacked Red Sea shipping for months. They say it's their way of supporting Hamas in its war with Israel. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
Police in Pakistan have arrested a man who's accused of spreading misinformation online that helped spark widespread riots in Britain. He's charged with cyber terrorism. The false info was about the suspect in a stabbing attack on a dance class last month in England that killed 3 children, wrongly claiming that person was a Muslim seeker of asylum. That led to a violent mob to attack a mosque in the rioting. That rioting had up to 1,000 arrests in the UK. The U.S. is getting help from Panama, trying to keep migrants from coming here, flying people who fled to that country back to Colombia. Fox's Griff Jenkins reports these are
U.S.-funded flights sending those migrants back, many with a criminal record, and they were sent back under this agreement. Now, we understand there may be another flight by the end of the week.
On Wall Street, stock futures are rising modestly. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. One person dead. It follows a shooting at Urbana over the weekend. Police say a fight broke out Saturday between a group of people at a party in the 1500 block of Hunter. During the brawl, shots were fired and 2 were struck. One of the victims, William Booker, died at the hospital while the other was treated and released. Sangamon County Coroner Jim Allman will serve as sheriff temporarily. It follows the retirement of Sheriff Jack Campbell, following calls to resign after the deadly shooting of Sonia Massey by a deputy last month. Campbell announced he was retiring by the end of the month. The Sangamon County Board Chair will nominate someone to fill the position within 60 days. Illinois Conservation Police investigating a deadly boating accident at LaSalle Lake State Fish and Wildlife Area. Authorities say a 7-year-old girl fishing with her grandfather and great-grandfather Sunday when their boat capsized on the lake near Marseilles. Police found the girl on the shore with park visitors who came to her assistance. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Joe.
It is 7:06. Good morning. It is Wednesday, 21st of August, ESPN 93.5. Morning to Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
And I am Stevie Jay, meteorologist Greg Solier. Again, I've looked kind of at your forecast, and you're right. You're going to go kind of bump up, and then we're going to kind of staircase down. But it looks like a week from tomorrow night when we open the football season. A week from tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Open the football season at Eastern Illinois University. Man, it's going to be warm. It's 80-something degrees, I think, that day. So
Yeah. That's the Memorial Stadium. Do you know what time the kickoff is by chance?
It's
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Well,
Yeah.
that'll help. So
I just had blipped out and forgot. 8 o'clock?
That's right.
Come on.
that's past some of our bedtimes, I believe.
Yeah, might have to take a nap that day, Stevie.
I thought you couldn't catch up on sleep, right?
I don't know.
Anyway, adults will be able to do it. Old people, maybe not. All right, our weather brought to you by Carl.
And Carl reminds you they're always looking to improve the health of community members across the region. If you'd like an opportunity to serve others in a supportive environment, visit carl.org/careers.
All right, it's our meteorologist, Greg Solier, who knows how to do the weather thing, and he's got this. So, again, nice looking morning, bud.
Yeah, very comfortable out there. These temperatures about 10, 12 degrees below average for the time of year. We had some mid-40s over the past hour or so into the Wabash Valley portions of western Indiana, and pretty much low and mid-50s across our neck of the woods. A bit of high mid-level cloud on the western horizon. There's a little rain actually showing up over the western end of the state, but that is digging south and southeast. We'll just get maybe some patchy clouds out of that. Otherwise, iffy and spotty rainfall chances here into the first half of next week. Yeah, the heat and humidity build on in. We will get a little front to come on through the area on Wednesday. That should help to ease temperatures down a little bit below the 90-degree mark Thursday afternoon. But yeah, probably kickoff temperatures right around or maybe just slightly south or north of 80 degrees come next Thursday evening, a week from this Thursday for Illinois football. Otherwise, enjoy the comfortable days and summertime weather returning here Friday and the weekend. Partly cloudy and 76 the forecast high for the day today. We're 56 now at Willard and Savoy. Some upper 40s into parts of Vermilion County currently, by the way. Light northeast wind. Fair cool again for the season tonight. Lows 48 to 52. Tomorrow sunny, pleasant, and 78. Back into the middle 80s we go with a mostly sunny, warmer Friday. Clouds increase on Saturday at 87. There may be a stray shower Saturday night. Nothing Sunday. We'll flirt with 90 and make the lower 90s with an iffy thunderstorm chance Monday and Wednesday of next week. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
All right, night 2. Thank you, sir. Our night 2 of the Democratic National Convention with some good speeches from Doug Emhoff, the first gentleman, Michelle Obama, and Barack Obama. Again, kind of late. Got over, I guess, at 11:30 Eastern.
Yes.
Better than the night before when they tucked Joe Biden into bed late after midnight. We'll talk to Ed Martin, Brother Johnny, coming up. They were good speeches.
Yes, they were.
They were hopeful. They were city on the shining hill.
Right.
But they were zero in specifics on what happened to the border.
Lofty ideas with no content.
Well, just not specifics about why Kamala is the best person in the world to be president of the United States.
Right.
I think the polling shows that most Democrats believe they could have done better, and the Obamas themselves wanted an open convention. They did not jump on the Kamala bandwagon until they realized you can't take it now.
Right.
This is like your team is awful, and then 2 people transfer its semester, and now you're ranked number 1. It's that euphoria of we're losers, and now we're winners. We were going to lose with Joe Biden, and now we have a chance. So there's a euphoria in there. It could be Pinocchio and you'd be jacked, right? It's somebody else. And so that's what they're experiencing now. But I think that's why Kamala Harris should not do an interview, because it won't be any good. There's so many left turns and reversals and everything else. You got to explain all that. And what are you going to say without stumbling a little? It'd be really hard to keep track of what you said versus what you said a week ago. And remember, this is a whirlwind. Nobody can be. You got to tell me why Kamala wasn't there last night. I don't get it. I just don't. Her husband's speaking. The Obamas are in the house.
Right. And many are promoting her being such a great family person, and she wasn't even there.
Why would you schedule Milwaukee in the middle of your convention?
know.
I've never even heard of it. I would love a historian to tell me, has anyone ever scheduled a rally in another city when you have your week of nomination? Why would you leave? You should sit there and clap when they're talking nice things about it. It's your husband. I was absolutely perplexed. And then I thought, well, they're going to helicopter her back. She'll get in time for to watch Barack Obama.
Me too.
Didn't show up. He wasn't there. I don't know. Somebody smarter than me can figure that out, but I don't know why you don't have her there.
This would be a riveting behind-the-scenes kind of movie or book or something. I'd love to be a fly on the wall on some of this.
Well, she's going to probably have to talk to somebody at some point, and then that somebody's going to be absolutely a journalistic failure if they don't ask her some hard questions. Even MSNBC'd have to ask something, but maybe not. Again, why would you put her out there? Let them whine.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you put her out there and she messes up, and there's a high likelihood she's going to get confused on something because she's changed her thought process or positions, I presume for political reasons. I don't think she's a big fracking person. She's not an oil and gas individual.
Right.
She's a single payer, healthcare, government takes over, Bernie kind of person. And now you say you're not for that. So you just got to explain it. Okay, if you've had this revelation, explain it. It might be very inspiring. But I don't believe it. Anyway, it was the Obamas are great. Michelle's very, very good.
Yes, both of the talks were very good.
Jacks you up with a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
Right.
There's no specifics as to explain the border. Why, since the Democrats have had the White House 12 of the last 16 years, aren't things better? Why is Hope making a comeback when your guy's in the White House?
Right.
Why do we need a comeback if... I don't get that.
Right.
What do you mean? It's your guy, and now
Good point, Stevie.
Hope is coming, making a comeback. Well, what the heck happened to Hope? You have the White House.
I'm just doing
and the Senate.
Online search. Obama Law's brother, in quotations, Biden at DNC.
You know what he said behind the scenes about Joe Biden several times? He's going to F it up. That's what Barack Obama thinks. I mean, come on.
I see.
They laughed about Joe. And now he's my man. It's the best decision I've ever made. Listen, it's platitudes. It's really lofty. It's really inspiring. It's kind of fun.
And if you're just looking for a second and you hear little snippets, I mean, it does sound
Listen,
great.
Your reasoning is accurate. That's what people have a glimpse and they feel that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Jimmy Carter was a nice guy. My first presidential vote was for Jimmy Carter.
Mm-hmm.
What a disaster. If you look back at what he was doing, inflation was nuts. Interest rates are 21%. Try buying a house at 21%.
Wow.
You'd be able to buy a $40,000 house, maybe. Anyway, it's just what they've done. They did a nice job last night.
Mm-hmm.
Doug Emhoff, I thought, was very human. The husband,
yes,
first gentleman. But it doesn't mean Kamala has the policies to help us get better, and she's part of the problem based on the record of Biden-Harris. That's all I'm saying. All right, we're going to jump to some more sports.
I just needed you, Stevie, to help bring me down to reality. I was like, wow, that was a great speech.
It fired people up, and I thought it was good. It just lacking specifics on how do we address the immigrant problem and how do we address, and all these things that are happening that we're wrestling with. And
yeah.
Anyway, it's 7:15. Brother Johnny, Ed Martin, bottom of the hour. Don't miss this morning's episode.
Well, I know Ed Martin is a Cardinal fan, and they've lost 7 out of 8.
Cardinals are...
Ugh.
Cardinals had a chance. Did they have the bases loaded with 1 out, bottom of the 9th?
I want to say...
And then struck out twice?
Might have had a chance.
No, it's just one of those deals.
3-2, Milwaukee on top.
Yeah. Very mediocre.
And there's your Redbird recap.
Last night, the series with the Brewers started for the Cardinals, and an important series for St. Louis. Unfortunately, they dropped game one of the series by a score of 3-2. Not a lot of hits in the game. The pitching was really good. The starting pitchers, Frankie Montas and Eric Fetty, did a nice job. He did give up 2 runs. Montas was even better than that, as he went 7 innings, giving up 1 hit and no runs. And the Cardinals gave up a couple of scratch runs early. Matt Carpenter hit a 2-run home run for the Cardinals in the 8th inning, and that made the game very tight. It was 3-2. The Cardinals had a chance in the bottom of the 9th inning. St. Louis and Devin Williams came on in that 9th inning, and after a couple of hits for Donovan and Arenado, he struck out Goldschmidt and Gorman, and that ended the game. So the Cardinals took the loss 3-2 in game one of the series here last night. It'll be Tobias Myers and Kyle Gibson going at it tonight. We hope you'll join us. Our pregame show at 5:50, play-by-play at 6:35. This is our Redbird recap.
The Cardinals Hall of Fame and Museum is the official home of Cardinals history. For those who want to be a part of one of the sport's greatest collections in the world, museum membership is the way to go. Cardinals Museum membership provides unlimited admission for 1 year, exclusive Hall of Fame bobbleheads, discounts, ticket offers, and more, in addition to supporting exhibit design and artifact restoration. There are a variety of membership levels, including our ultimate level of membership. For more info and to join, go to cardinals.com/membership.
So the Cubs beat Detroit 3-1.
Listen, if the Cubs go on a few game winning streak, they'll be in second place in the Central. Like 10 out will be second. So it's a they have a chance to the wild card. If the Cubs could win, because they have a better schedule for this. Cardinals' schedule is daunting, and they're playing competitively. They just can't win. But, I mean, the Cubbies, you go win yourself 8 or 10 games in a row, you'll be in the wild card.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make it still.
Yeah.
So it's doable, but they're going to have to go on a heater with 37 games left or whatever. You're going to have to win. You have to win 25 of them, something like that.
7:05 start today on US 105.9. We also had San Francisco beating the Chicago White Sox 4-1 yesterday. The White Sox 30-97 on the season.
Coming up on the big triple digits.
2:45 start. Well, Illinois men's basketball and the non-conference schedule is trending, and we're for the third year in a row out of the gate on November 4th for the tip-off against EIU. We've got Birmingham and Alabama and Illinois, Arkansas. We talked about that earlier in the week. A 3 o'clock game on Thanksgiving, November 28th. The bragging rights game on December 22nd against Missouri.
They're much better this year. They're going to be pretty good.
And we won that one last year. I feel like there was this looming, Missouri has won in the past few years when we played last year.
We pounded them last year.
That felt good.
The coach at Missouri said we're a Final Four team, and he was darn near right.
Right.
But Missouri got a lot in the portal, and they'll be very good. Very good.
Well, that should be good, too.
Yep.
And then right in the middle of the Big Ten season, we'll be at Madison Square Garden in NYC, taking on Duke February 22nd.
Tennessee coming to town
nice.
Early. Our weather brought to you by the Urbana Park District.
And they remind you they've got back-to-school hours on the pool. And once we get into September, you've got some free fitness classes you could check out for a week. Learn more at urbanaparks.org.
Hey, a heck of a Stever. Stand by, we'll explain.
Don't forget, everyone, let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana Saturday, and the fine spell of summertime weather continuing on with comfortable temperature and humidity levels for the next couple. Weak weather system passing by well to the west and south may bring a few clouds in from time to time for the day-to-day. Warm-up slated for the weekend, beginning on Friday for that matter, with an iffy shower chance Saturday night, maybe a little moisture chance into early to mid next week, with temperatures heading past the 90-degree mark. Otherwise, sunny to partly cloudy for the day-to-day, up to 76 with a light northeast wind. The cool night tonight, fair, 48 to 52 on the low. For the day tomorrow, sunny, pleasant with a high around 78. Or on Friday with sunshine with a high around 84. And building heat and humidity over the weekend into next week, 87 on Saturday. Sunday high with more humidity in the air, close to 90. Highs in the lower 90s Monday through Wednesday next week. Could be a shower thunderstorm in spots both Monday, no rain Tuesday, and perhaps a thunderstorm chance on Wednesday. Highs again, low 90s, overnight readings in the upper 60s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Take charge of the years ahead with a smart, sound investment strategy and business succession plan. Busey Bank's business and wealth management experts help you envision your best future with powerful insights and proven strategies. Building business and growing wealth since 1868. Busey Bank, proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Target shares are up 13%. Target lowered prices and sales jumped 2%. The retailer's earnings and revenue top forecast for the recent quarter, though it is cautious about sales for the rest of the year. It's upbeat about this year's earnings. Target says shoppers remain focused on value, though they were spending more on non-food items, including clothing. It's a different story at Macy's, which just lowered its sales forecast for the year. Macy's earnings came in better than predicted, though its revenue was disappointing. Macy's says it delivered strong earnings in a challenging consumer environment. Macy's revealed earlier this year that it will close about 150 stores and will focus on its remaining 350. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Coselda. Invested in you.
Interesting people are talking to Will Kane.
I said, what do I call you? I call you Dwayne. I call you The Rock. He said, now that I own it, I can call you The Rock.
Yes, I own it now. You can call me The Rock.
Our next guest needs no introduction. It is Dr. Jordan Peters, my old friend and frenemy, Stephen A. Smith.
What is going on here? I see the Will Kane Show in the background. I see the microphone.
Watch it live at noon Eastern, Monday through Thursday on FoxNews.com. And get the podcast 5 days a week at FoxNewsPodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
In an ever-changing real estate market, it is so important to work with experienced agents like Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor teams at Taylor Realty Associates. They have the knowledge and expertise to get your home sold for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. Trust the experience and success of Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor team at Taylor Realty Associates. Give them a call today at 217-355-0700 or visit them online at taylorboys.com. That's taylorboys.com.
Tim Onstadt, Gale Ferrex Trucking, Dedicated Diesel. How is everything at Dedicated Diesel and Dixie Chopper?
Well, Dedicated Diesel is going great guns. A couple of weeks ago, Donna put in an order for some new machines. We got some great fall deals. We've sold most of the inventory, so we got in a new shipment. We've got new Classics, Blackhawks, Excaliburs, Eagles, Z2, and the new Falcon. That is a nice mower.
So when people try it and get on it, I bet the higher percentage buys them, probably feeling the handling and everything?
Yeah, it's hard to go back to something else once you've driven a Dixie Chopper. And that Falcon seat is the most comfortable mower seat I've ever been on. It is incredible. The Falcon, we've got a great deal on that for $7,000. The introductory price is $9,000 on it, and we're going to get rid of them as fast as we can. So that's a 60-inch deck on that Falcon, so you can do residential, commercial, cut a lot of lawn with that.
All right, after the speeches last night, Fox News' Dana Perino.
It was a beautiful speech, and again, like the oratory skills are incredible. There's one thing that Obama said, though, the president. He said, "We don't need 4 more years of bumbling and chaos." Now, he was talking about President Trump, but I imagine that President Trump was somewhere saying, "That's exactly what I've been saying." Yeah. He's talking about the last 4 years, and if you look at what people are saying about how they feel about the direction of the country, the state of their finances, the debt that they feel, the inflation, all of those things, they want a change from that.
Yep, we'll see if the policy actually comes out, or is it going to be hope and joy and all of that? I mean, you can't say change.
I do like hope and joy.
Well, everybody does. Or do you want to know what it's like? If I tell you that this isn't very good and it's going to go this way, do you want to know about it, or you just want to be told it's fine? Or would you like to know so you can make adjustments?
Right.
You got to face reality, and the reality is things are not very good in America. Not only are we torn apart, but we have policies that don't seem to work very well for people if they want to have any money. And if taxes go up, and they will, and then you have gas is going to go through the roof, because the goal of the left is for you not to drive. They want you to buy electric, and if you can't afford electric, then get a bus, because we're just not going to put up with it, because the world's going to end in 4 years. So there. So
okay.
You're not as smart as me, and you got to understand that climate change is coming soon. AOC said 2030, so we don't have very much time. So
okay.
Al Gore said 2000, so we're a little behind on that one.
Okay.
Anyway, it's what we got going on, folks, and then you just got to get as well versed in what you do. And if everything's good, then you know who to vote for. But if it's not very good, then you have a choice, and you can hold your nose to vote for Trump or not show up or whatever. But if you're going to vote for this ticket, it's not going to be very good.
When it comes to health care, Obama said now they're not calling it Obamacare now that it's working. Yeah. And I was like, is it working?
Is it working? That's a very good question.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the thing is about politics in both sides, you can spin anything you want to make it sound pretty good, right? I mean, Donald Trump exaggerates all the time.
I know.
It's part of the humor.
Yeah.
If you are tuned into him, you laugh a lot at stuff and you get it. If you're not, you're going, how dare he be so pretentious?
Right.
He's got a tongue in his cheek, but you're not seeing it.
Okay.
And so there's a lot of that. And then, yeah, he is a little verbose and bombastic in times and things. It's Trump being Trump and all that stuff. And I wish he wouldn't do some of the things he does. But from the standpoint of running something, we won't. Listen, they got to bury this. They got to get rid of Donald Trump because Republicans and Democrats don't like him messing up the gig. You come here, you do the thing, you get the money. You're powerful. People drive you around. They fawn on you. You sign autographs. Don't mess it up for all of us. Term limits is the only way you can make a change that in 25 years will be way better. It'd take a long time to evolve toward that. But the people in power, Republicans and Democrats, they're not going to do that. Why would they do that? This is going pretty well.
But, I mean, they can grandfather clause themselves.
Why would they ever change it for their generational people?
I guess.
I mean, because their staffer is going to be Congress next week, and their staffer is going to be, everybody kind of cycles in and out. And then when you do get in there, you got all the franking, meaning you send all the mail you want. You got all the advantage of being an incumbent and all that stuff. Just term limit. If the president has to be term limited, why wouldn't everybody?
Right.
Just term limit and get them some sort of a system where the bureaucracy could be term limited.
Right.
You serve your country in Washington for a dozen years, and then at year 10, the person comes in and trains under you. And then you have an evolution, so you don't have a deep state and people that are entrenched and have strong feelings either way. You just do your job.
Mm-hmm.
It is 7:27. Let's hear what Ed Martin, Brother Johnny have. We do have a Stever. We have a chance for you to get something here that I don't know why everybody wouldn't want this. It's from Lands Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing and Underground.
I just went to landsinc.com to explore our Orange Comfort Club family membership option.
What does it have in it, Diane?
The plumbing and HVAC. It's essentially a $40 value each month.
Is it 40? Yeah, 40.
$39.95.
Yeah. And it's about $500 a year, and I'm going to pay every penny of it.
I like the fact that you can get this 2 precision HVAC tune-ups and 2 precision plumbing tune-ups, and you've got a percentage off of the repairs, the lifetime system enhancements that you can tap into, the 10-year labor warranty. I mean, this is a pretty good list here. So
what happens if you tune everything, just like your car, if you change your oil all the time, there's a very good chance you'll be good till you need tires.
I know.
But you got to stay up on it.
Driving in a vehicle with 250,000 miles.
Yeah.
Because my husband is on it when it comes to tune-ups.
Well, if you do that, your vehicle runs longer. Your HVAC obviously does better because if something starts popping up, you can fix it before it costs a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So this is essentially, you'll have a guy that will take care of all the basic tune-ups. If there is something wrong, you get a discount on the parts for that. So this is $500, and I'm paying the whole way. So if you want this for 12 months and you want Lands Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Underground to be there for you, to tune stuff up, to check the hot water heater.
Even the sewer camera inspection with proper clean out is on the list.
Well, you want to know. That's one of those things where you do want to know what's going on. If there's a tree root and there's a problem, you want to get with it before it breaks it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, 217-359-2255. 2 lucky people will get $500 and I'll pay the whole darn thing.
Okay.
Text in LANZ as in Troy Lands, LANZ for our Stever offer today. You'll get contacted later today if you are chosen as one of our big winners.
You've seen Troy Lands on the back waving on the colorful vans and vehicles that they have. It's pretty cool to see the Lance colorful trucks and vans
Very well
coming
done.
down the road.
Yep. Aftershock does those up in Fairbury.
I love it.
Yep. All right, so 217-359-2255. Who wants $500 today from Lands to have somebody check stuff out for you? All right? LANZ if you're interested. All right, what's Brother Johnny and Ed Martin think about last night's second night of the Democratic National Convention? We do have some clips. We should get to those as well, so stand by. It is Wednesday. This is the 21st of August, ESPN 93.5. The news coming up along with sports and weather. It is 7:30.
Solar companies are on the rise, here today and gone tomorrow. Rector Solar and Roofing family roots back 4 generations, living and working in Central Illinois, with the goal to take the confusion out of replacing a roof or adding solar panels to your home or business. With all the incentives and rebates now available, solar is more affordable than ever. Let a knowledgeable representative take the worry and guesswork out of solar and get a free quote. Discover the Rector Factor for solar. Call 217-281-7000 or visit rectorsolar.com.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster.
America's ready for a better story. We are ready for a President Kamala Harris.
Former President Obama there wrapping up night 2 of the Democrats' National Convention in Chicago. Former President Clinton's among the speakers tonight.
Democratic vice presidential nominee, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz takes the stage here tonight giving his acceptance speech. His running mate Kamala Harris giving her acceptance speech tomorrow night.
Fox's Jeff Manasso. The Russian military reports shooting down 11 Ukrainian drones over Moscow.
This would be the largest attempted assault by Ukrainian drones on Russia's capital since the start of the war. Russian officials say 45 unmanned aerial vehicles flew over their territory, but all were destroyed. 11 reached the Moscow region before being shot down.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. A Seymour man accused of trying to abduct a student walking home from Urbana Middle School earlier this month. Prosecutors say Hunter Simmons offered an 11-year-old girl a ride home, but asked if she wanted to make some money on August 6. The girl rejected both offers and ran to a safe location. Simmons arrested at his home. 3 middle schools in Champaign receiving a threat on social media. Champaign police confirming the school district staff contacted the department Monday about a social media threat. They say while the threat had vague language, it did name 3 middle schools: Franklin Academy, Jefferson Middle School, and Edison Middle School. Colleges welcoming back their students for the fall semester as the University of Illinois meets their new freshmen and sees returning faces. Campus police stepping up their efforts. The goal is to introduce college safety resources to students to help alleviate their nerves. The police also hope students make use of the wide variety of resources the campus has to offer. You're locally up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Our weather brought to you by Kramer Siding and Window.
Your premier provider for home improvement, specializing in siding, windows, doors, roofing. Visit kramersiding.com.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign event has steady, pleasant weather in our midst for the next couple of days, with the comfortably cool to mild days and cool nights to continue on until Friday, warming back to more seasonal levels in through Saturday, and some heat and humidity coming in, at least for the first half of next week. Could linger as late as next Thursday evening's football game, and perhaps a couple of thunderstorm chances as well first half of next week. Otherwise, sunny to partly cloudy skies for the day-to-day. Gentle northeast wind, 76 the forecast high. We'll bottom out tonight with a fair sky at 48 to 52. That's cool for the season. The day tomorrow, sunny, pleasant, and 78. Low 50s tomorrow night, and a warmer Friday afternoon with sunshine, light south wind at 84. Highs up to 87 with increasing clouds Saturday. Saturday night, maybe a shower chance. Hot and humid Sunday, close to 90. And hot and humid weather into the first half of next week. A thunderstorm chance is small Monday and Wednesday. High temperatures low 90s. Nights down to 65 to 70. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
All right, thank you, sir. Currently 54 degrees in Champaign County. What a beautiful morning.
Yeah.
Well, high likelihood of a warning for social media. Well, if Kamala Harris is president, there's going to be a warning permanently for me for social media, simply because we can't talk about what we do and get away with it with all our lies and misinformation that we espouse. But we have a high likelihood, just a little warning in the corner of your radio, of being kicked off social media, particularly today. Ladies and gentlemen, and joining us from near the swamp, it's Ed Martin, Legal Forum, Legal Defense Fund, best-selling author, attorney at law, married over his head to a doctor. It's Ed Martin, 4 beautiful children. How are you, Ed?
I'm doing great. I was down taking my daughter. I heard on the coverage with you this morning, back to school for a lot of the students and their families. I took my daughter down to Virginia Tech, so she's down back at school. And, you leave them, and nothing improves your prayer life than leaving your 20-year-old daughter at college. You know, just pray the whole way home.
Speaking of prayer, Brother Johnny, in Bible study down in New Orleans in the book of, what was it?
Deuteronomy.
Okay.
Deuteronomy.
All right. Well, all right, night 2 of the Democratic National Convention. Some guy on CNN did say this.
In all these speeches, as good as they were, is that she's in the White House right now. Democrats have controlled the White House for 12 of the last 16 years. And for all of the talk about division and the problems in the country and people are hurting, Democrats have mostly controlled this country. Trump had it for 4. The Obamas and Biden had it for the rest of the time. And somehow, it's still all Trump's fault, and somehow she hasn't been at the center of it. So to me, that's still the glaring hole in this campaign that hasn't yet been solved at the convention. How do you explain all of the problems that will be solved by the person who is currently in there for the last 3.5 years, who is supposed to already be working on solving it?
Well, Diane came in this morning kind of jacked up, Ed, about the beautiful prose of Barack Obama and Michelle and Doug Emhoff. And I told her a lot of platitudes there, not many answers on anything. Trump's the bad guy. You can't elect him because he's chaos, even though we've had the White House 12 of the last 16 years. Hope is making a comeback.
Yeah, you know, look, Diane and I were talking off the air before just now, and I told her I sort of agreed with her in the sense that, you know, Barack Obama is a big league ball player, right? I mean, it's a guy that played. This is watching George Brett or Ted Williams hit, right? These are big time ball players, and Aiden Michelle at this point. It's so funny. Her whole shtick was, remember when they go low, we go high, or whatever. And this time she just went low and just took the hammer to Donald Trump's kneecaps. But they're effective in the sense that the media rides along with them. You know, they got $100 million from Netflix to produce movies and TV shows. There's never been one produced, as far as I can tell. In other words, they're the emblem of getting paid to be close to power. Barack Obama is the first president in memory, I'm not sure it ever happened before, maybe Teddy Roosevelt somehow, but that stayed in Washington and you know, is 2 miles from the White House running things. You know, he was at the middle of the Russia hoax. He's in the middle of lots of stuff. So, but they're very effective, and I think the problem is Kamala Harris is going to have Bill Clinton tonight. So last night was 2 nights ago was the bitter, old, not so good. You know, Biden and Hillary, right? Oh, these people are just they're lunatics. The second night is Barack and Michelle, and you go, wow, these people know how to do it. Now comes Bill. I mean, Bill's going to show you how this thing goes. Talk about big league ball player. I mean, this is Stan Musial coming. He's going to have all that going. And the problem is, on Thursday, she's got to go, and she's not as good as these people. So, insofar as the CNN commentator directed it the right way, you're going to start to see that she's not as good as the others, and there's growing concern in the Kamala Harris campaign because they're looking at the data. She's not doing as well as the lies are being told at New York Times and other places. She's actually doing just the same as Biden, maybe less. You know, her VP is now getting huge negative rates because he lies about everything. He lied about his military service. He lied about his family. He said, my family is this amazing creation of IVF. It wasn't at all. We found out in the last 12 hours it was not IVF. It was some sort of action, but it wasn't IVF. So he's just a liar, and everybody sees it. So I think the wheels are starting to come off, be optimistic about Kamala. There's not rioting in Chicago like I think Johnny and I described might happen, but it's the contrast is her problem compared to these other speakers this week.
Well, I got to say, Stevie, that the platitude's a good word, and Michelle and Barack were so platitudinous that it was inspiring. But Eddie, they both blew the speech because it should have ended in context. It should have ended, and that's why we need to vote for Donald J. Trump. Because what the Democrats have been doing won't get us to what they were talking about, and it just isn't adding up. Because the CNN guy hit it on the head. Well, what have you been doing? And what we have problems at the border, including crime and drugs. We have high prices at the grocery stores hitting probably most people the hardest because when you get run out the end of your paycheck, you just don't have enough money, and that's driven by the inflation that it's slowing. But will it stop if they start throwing the trillions Kamala wants to throw on the fire. And so I don't see how they can sell this. And I think that what struck me, Eddie, I was listening for God and prayer, but all I got was hope and joy. So what you do is, if you're scared to go out of the house, or if you can't afford to eat, just hope. Turn on the speeches and watch them again, and see if that works. And in any case, whatever happens, be joyful. That's what they're selling, and I don't think anybody's buying. That's all.
Ed, could you please explain why Kamala Harris was not in attendance? I don't get it.
Well, there's a couple of reasons. One is usually they don't show up at all. I mean, Trump didn't show up until I think actually he did attend. I'm sorry, take it back. Trump broke tradition and attended, I think, starting even Monday night. Usually they don't show up. They usually don't show up until Wednesday at the end of the VP speech. They go out and hold his hand or her hand and say and shake, wave at the crowd, and then they come in on Thursday. That's not that odd. Actually, what's kind of interesting, and of course the media carried water for her. She went to Wisconsin yesterday, and she did an event at the location where the RNC had their convention. And her point, actually, which is a good one, was, remember, Hillary ignored Wisconsin, and that's how she lost the presidency. She was so confident she stopped campaigning, and the famous stories where her staff was like, "Hey, can we go to Wisconsin, please? We want to lock it down." And she's like, "I don't need to. I'm not going. I'm tired," or something. So, look, the media is working. Kamala Harris, even though I said she's not Barack Obama, this is not an amateur, right? She's got people around her, too, that know how to run a campaign. And the number one thing they're doing, to Johnny's point, is they're trying to sell this amorphous line. Be a Democrat, be hopeful and joyful. By the way, don't look at our tax proposal, which we put out, which would raise corporate income tax in such a way that we would immediately lose American businesses to Europe, because Europe would have a lower tax rate, and they would immediately start inverting American companies like they've done for decades. And they stopped because of the change under Trump. So that proposal was paying her price. I call it price gouging. I mean, her price gauging is how she said it. Price gauging was a price gouging proposal. Was price controls. There's not a single economist in America that is defending her price controls. But here's the problem, guys. If you're in middle America, you're not listening for economists. You're just hearing the president say, "I'm going after the grocery store for price gouging." It's a lie. But it's a lie that it sells to the masses, to be frank. I mean, it is. She's not stupid about this, and so that's why she was not there last night. She was in Milwaukee. She'll be there tonight, I suspect, again, to go on stage with Lion Tim Walz and when he steps out and does his speech. But, I think she's got better advisors than Biden had, and therefore she's doing things that are more difficult to counter than in the past. But let's not miss over something about God missing and all. They're literally doing abortions outside of the convention. Planned Parenthood brought a mobile clinic. They announced they've done 25 abortions. They're actually celebrating, announcing this stuff. I mean, this is such sick, twisted stuff that's happening. You talk about evil among us. There's always evil. I believe there's sin everywhere. So you can go to the holiest roller spot and there's somebody there living with sin. I'm not naive about it. But when you brag about killing, this is beyond, and vasectomies. If you're an American man and you're told, come to the DNC, we're doing free vasectomies, you're saying, maybe I'll stay home and watch this one on TV. I want to keep hoping and I want to stay joyful. I mean, these people are really evil.
Yeah, and they're hypocritical. I mean, their big deal with the abortion is I should have control over my own body, unless you get a vaccine mandate, particularly if you're not of an age where you really even need one. You don't have a choice. But no, I think you're right about that. I do have to, before I forget, Eddie, point out that the protesters seem to be very well behaved. Let me explain how that works, Steve. Mayor to police chief. Mayor, hey, Jimmy, how's it going, buddy? How's the fam? Good. Listen, we decided we're not going to let these protesters get out of control this time. Yes, sir, Your Honor. No problem. That's the end of it.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, no, and look what
I'd like to add one thing to that is. Yeah, exactly. He let it burn, right? And Walz let it burn in Minnesota. I'd only add one thing to that. If you don't now understand that Black Lives Matter and the riots of George Floyd were a paid intelligence op then you're missing the whole thing. You can't even function because obviously they got none of the demands they wanted, Black Lives Matter, and they stopped. Why did they stop? Because they were paid operatives. They were funded by either Soros and the left, probably also the intelligence, CIA. The CIA talks about how you pay people to riot in Venezuela and other places to get a change of government, and that's clearly what the 2020 riots were. Now you can't. There's no other way to do it, and so I think the bigger thing in Chicago is they're like, hey guys, no bonuses if you break any windows. You can walk around. I know that.
Yeah, but they're able to control it, and I think that's the other side of it, which is in the ultra blue cities, the people who could have stopped it didn't. They allowed it. Actually, Waltz ordered to stand down. He ordered his police. They're still depressed about it. Don't do anything. Let them burn the state. Take the stations. Just let it go. It's their right. But what you need to do is make sure no law-abiding citizens come out of their house because we're still locked down for COVID. And by the way, no church, but you can go protest. That's what we're looking at here. He will be the vice president. Kamala supported him to the point she bailed the people who did get arrested out of jail.
It's Ed Martin, Brother Johnny on the Tapman Showing phone line, ESPN 93.5 at 746. Does Kamala have to do an interview? If I'm running her campaign, I would not allow her to do an interview, Ed. Why would she?
Well, you know what's fun about this is politicians are so vain and so arrogant and so confident. You would have picked the word you depending on how you like someone. She's going to have to do it. The media is demanding it now. They're going to try to help her, but she's going to have to do it, and that's going to be the time where you can see something. She's going to have to debate. They've agreed to at least one debate in September. So she's going to have to come out a little bit. But if her advisors are going to say to her, look, it's working better this way. Don't mess it up. And, she may be a good enough kind of candidate. She may take that advice. She may say this is better than doing too much, so she'll do some controlled stuff. But no, she's going to have to come out after this. And the media is shameless, but they're also self-referential, and they need the business. So they're going to start demanding something, and we'll see what it is. But if I was her, I would do less. I would fight hard to do less because there's no upside for her. It's like Trump. Trump does an hour-and-a-half press conference, answers every question on every topic from the international to the economy to life, and then they cherry-pick two things and say he's a bigot and a racist. Yeah. So you say to yourself, what's the upside of all that?
Well, and Kamala really can't think on her feet, so she may lay low. And actually, they're not really having a debate in the context of a debate. She'll have every question. It's a total setup. She knows the guy in charge of ABC News. She knows one of the persons running it. They'll get every question, so she won't have to think on her feet. Trump may get her to respond somehow, but that doesn't even count. She won't dare go on to Fox News, and so we won't really get to see her until she's in the Oval Office, Eddie. That's pretty scary. That's pretty scary to me.
Remember, healthcare won't be able to know what's in it until we pass it. So
well, and what about her foreign policy? Just think about her foreign policy. We're talking about a woman who hadn't been to Europe before she was elected vice president, and she doesn't know these leaders. Joe Biden's 50 years actually did help us some, and we still ended up with only 2 wars. And I don't know what's going to happen with Kamala. Tim Walz.
Yeah. The only thing I would say, guys, is I have this feeling. Maybe it's hopeful, but I have this observation that when you build a house of cards, it can look like the Taj Mahal. It can really look special, and you just happen to hit it the wrong way, and it comes tumbling down, right? So I wonder, and this we're not, let's be clear. Donald Trump's got hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. He got a $50 million donation the other day from Mellon, one of the big business guys. Got Mrs. Adelson, Miriam Adelson, said she'll spend as much as she wants, as much as she has to. She's already spent $100 million. Every Jew and conservative Jew and sane Jew in America knows that Kamala and her team are against them. So Trump has the assets, the resources. He's not going to sit back and watch this go. In other words, there's some things coming, whether you call it an October surprise or I think more likely a September surprise. And when she takes a punch, we'll see what happens. Is it a glass jaw or, is she Mike Tyson? I don't know. I mean, I think there's a real chance that this house of cards, which looks so formidable now, could take a real hit. And suddenly, when the bottom goes out on this, as Johnny just said, if it goes out, most people are dissatisfied with the direction of the economy, with the direction of crime, with the direction of education. They don't trust the government. And if it starts to go out, she is the sitting vice president, and that will have an impact.
Yeah, and she is there. And what have they been doing? And I think you're right, Eddie. The other thing to take note, she has been so scripted and so telepromptered. She, after about a month and a half of that, if she gets caught off guard, she just may completely blow it. There's no telling because she's not well versed. She isn't like Trump, who, it's a way of life for him to just, roll with the punches. She's not ready. It has to be scripted. Don't blindside her. And I think you're right, Eddie. I think it is a house of cards, and it's a lot of smoke and mirrors. And the real problem they've had, we just saw this 4 years ago, okay? And I don't know if we're going to go for it again.
All right, before I let you guys go, I want you to hear what the Prime Minister of Singapore said about America.
A movement called wokeness, where you are super sensitive about other people's issues, and you become hypersensitive when other people somehow or other say things or mention things or refer to you without the respect which you or your super subgroup feel you are entitled to. It leads to very extreme attitudes and social norms, particularly in some academic institutions, universities. You talk about safe spaces, you talk about appropriate pronouns, you talk about I'm about to say something which may be offensive to you. If you don't want to hear it, perhaps you'd like to leave now. And life becomes very burdensome. And I don't think we want to go in that direction. It does not make us a more resilient, cohesive society with a strong sense of solidarity. We must be more robust.
It sounds like a whole lot of common sense, Eddie. I mean, man, live.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, and I'll tell you guys, we talked. I went with my family on vacation. We were in Poland as well as Austria and Germany, and I spent the most time with friends in Poland. And the one thing they come back to is the wokeness. They can't believe that what's happened in America, and they don't want it there. I mean, it's funny how the world is watching, and they don't see stupid policies like wasting money on the green hoax. They see that, and they object to it. A place like Poland, they're like, why are we going to pay for green stuff when China's not and Germany's not and all? So they see the hypocrisy of other policies in America that don't make sense. But what really concerns them, or maybe perplexes them, almost like you can hear in that man's voice, it's like, why would you do this? Like, what is it about this that it seems helpful? All it does is divide people. All it does is put people down. It's like the most negative thing you could do. If you're teaching, kindergarten, or you have kids, the last thing you want to do is tell your kids negative stuff all over and over. And basically, you want to do the opposite, right? So it's amazing to see and hear the rest of the world who thinks we're crazy to go down this path. And again, back to Johnny's point, I think Americans get that, and they're not fooled by all this stuff. When you see the Democrats sort of tout their ability to divide, that's what they brag about. We're able to divide people by sex and gender and all, and find other ways to divide. You don't feel uplifted. You don't. The word he used was solidarity. We're back to John Paul II and Lech Walesa in Poland. I hate to think of Poland all the time, guys, but there was a sense that when you're in community, it's not just the shared common good or help each other. It's not just the Good Samaritan. It's also the solidarity, the sense of being as a created gift of God in proximity to others has a certain value. And when you're divided from everybody else, it's not the Garden of Eden then. It's the Garden of Eden after you took the apple instead of before when you had it all.
Yeah, but Eddie, here's what's interesting and notable. They spend their lives dividing identity, politics, wokeism, this group, that group, pitting one against the other. Whites are bad. Hispanics aren't any good. Blacks are bad. And that's what they do. They divide and conquer unless you watch the convention. And then it's all about, we must not be so divided. We must come together as Americans. Yeah. We're all about. And then you're looking at it going, what are you talking about? You've been dividing us for the last 4 years every single day. Now you're talking about we must come together. And the only problem we have is you're not agreeing with everything we're telling you to agree with.
That's right. Well, guys, I got to leave it there. Ed, how can people find Ed Martin?
We buried the lead, boys. I was up at Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster. Had this great 2-day event last week. I was hoping you guys would swing in at the last moment, but we had a great time. If you go to phyllisschlafly.com, you'll see our 100-year-old eagle came in from Milwaukee, and she did not get to see President Trump initially, so she stood on the side of his press conference, and someone yelled over, "There's a 100-year-old who wants your autograph," and Trump said, "What? I better go over there, don't you think?" and signed her hat and gave her a hug, and so we had a great time. It was amazing to see. Maybe the highlight was the event went right past the golf course. The golf course went right past us, and twice we watched President Trump play through on hole 15, I think it was, and then back on hole
awesome.
17. So it was very cool. So phyllisschlafly.com, you'll see photographs. At Eagle Ed Martin on X is where I'm in there too, and it was really great. It was great, and we missed you guys. The president the president said, "Where the hell is Johnny and Stevie Jay?" And I said, "Sir, they're trying to flip for Illinois. They're trying to flip Illinois, and I don't know how it's going. So I'll get back to you."
Johnny, go pray for us in Bible study. We need it.
All right.
Thanks, it's Brother Johnny and Ed Martin. Now your weather with Greg.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign Event Saturday. Pleasant weather in our midst for the next couple of days, with comfortably cool to mild days and cool nights to continue on until Friday, warming back to more seasonal levels in through Saturday, and some heat and humidity coming in, at least for the first half of next week. Could linger as late as next Thursday evening's football game, and perhaps a couple of thunderstorm chances as well first half of next week. Otherwise, sunny to partly cloudy skies for the day today. Gentle northeast wind, 76 the forecast high. We'll bottom out tonight with a fair sky at 48 to 52. That's cool for the season. The day tomorrow, sunny, pleasant, and 78. Low 50s tomorrow night, and a warmer Friday afternoon with sunshine, light south wind at 84. Highs up to 87 with increasing clouds Saturday. Saturday night, maybe a shower chance. Hot and humid Sunday, close to 90. And hot and humid weather into the first half of next week. A thunderstorm chance is small Monday and Wednesday. High temperatures low 90s. Nights down to 65 to 70. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Well, my son Christian, his fiancee Riley, getting married Saturday, and woo! They bought a TV at Good Vibes.
Nice.
Oh my goodness! What is a mini OLED? What was that? Wow!
Mini LED.
Wow!
And next year there'll be micro LED.
But what a picture! It was a beautiful picture, installed perfectly. He couldn't believe how fast the boys went to put that in to the concrete brick kind of design wall.
Okay.
But it's perfect, and the thing is so bright, Steve. It's Good Vibes. It's Steve Suderman. And they've got all those beautiful, beautiful home theaters, and man, they got a good one, Steve.
Hey, the new Sony products, and I sold one of their top lines yesterday. We sold a couple $5,000 models this week, which is that's unusual, frankly, but they're coming out of the woodwork for that stuff. So the Olympics are fading into memory, and baseball is, let's just say, not fulfilling, but football. And I know preseason doesn't count. The Bears are perfect so far.
That's right.
Illinois is undefeated because the first game isn't until next week. But today I'm recording spots with a defenseman extraordinaire. You'll hear his voice on the radio soon. You'll hear his crunch when he pops running backs. And I'm really looking forward to this.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah. He's a cool guy, and he talks well, and he knows about football. And now he's going to know about Sony TV too.
That's awesome. That's so wonderful. You
in
have
the meantime,
NIL deal. That's awesome.
Yep, back to school and Labor Day are popping up as well. So yesterday they announced today OLED prices dropped everywhere from $100 to $300 on the three top-selling models, the 55, 65, and 77. That's LG on their C4 series. Sonos portables this week, and next week the home theaters go on sale. Our favorite sound bars from Polk Audio, they're giving them away. I was shocked when I saw what the pricing was.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if business is not that great and they need money, or if there's a red in some kind of a wave, but I'm a little bit surprised. Klipsch is doing a usual back-to-school thing that's anywhere around 20 to 25% off on the monitors, towers, centers, and subs. They put them all on there. So everything that makes music and movies and sports sound awesome, all on sale, right down to the Sony Bluetooth headphones. So a lot of deals and some excitement with an NIL guy.
Go find Steve Suderman. How would they do that, sir?
virtually at gvibes.com and for real at 2010 Round Bar next to the driver's license facility.
Go ask to see the TV that Christian and Riley bought. It's bright. It is really amazing. It's fantastic.
Yeah, they're
Wow.
cool.
Yeah.
And really good contrast and really good color and all that stuff.
Thank you, Steve Suderman. Good vibes. You, my man. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Stevie.
All right, we'll be right back. Time for the news. It's 8 o'clock in Champaign-Urbana, ESPN. You're listening to WSJK, ESPN 93.5, Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Countering the message coming out of the Democratic Convention. And I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
It's clearly about their hatred of Donald Trump more than their love for America.
The former president's running mate, Senator J.D. Vance. They'll be together in North Carolina today as the Republican ticket continues to go to battleground states during the convention. And Vance also tells Fox.
Political consultants assume that Americans are dumb. I assume that Americans are smart, and that if you level with them about the ways in which Kamala Harris failed and Donald Trump succeeded, that's the best way to earn their trust and to get Donald Trump back in the White House.
Tonight, Vice President Harris's running mate, Tim Walz, will accept the nomination with a convention speech. They rallied together last night in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
This is a people-powered campaign, and together we will chart a new way forward.
She did address the convention remotely after a ceremonial nomination roll call. In Chicago, the Obamas were in the spotlight.
America, hope is making a comeback.
Kamala Harris won't be focused on her problems. She'll be focused on yours.
Former First Lady Michelle and former President Barack Obama, who told the convention we can't afford 4 more Trump years of bluster.
It has been a constant stream of gripes and grievances that's actually been getting worse now that he's afraid of losing to Kamala.
The pro-Palestinian demonstrations continue near the Democratic Convention site.
More than 70 arrests overnight out in front of the Israeli consulate. These were protesters who were clearly looking for a fight. Most of them were dressed in black. They had masks over their heads. They burned the U.S. flag. They spray painted directly on police cars symbols of anarchy.
Fox's Steve Harrigan in Chicago. Another commercial ship has been attacked in the Red Sea, hit with projectiles, damaged, believed to be targeted by Iran-backed Houthi militants from Yemen who've been disrupting shipping in the region for months. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey, checking in?
This is not just your flu shot appointment at Walgreens.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
This is getting your entire family vaccinated in one trip.
Hey, Mom?
And a snack on the way out. Get flu shots for everyone in your family, together. Schedule appointments online today. This is wellness made easy. Walgreens.
Vaccine subject to availability and for ages 3+. State and health-related restrictions may apply.
Introducing Coin. That's COIGN.com. Coin is America's first credit card built by and for conservatives. Backed by Visa, Coin supports causes you care about every time you spend right at no cost to you and earn 1% cash back rewards on every purchase. Sign up today at COIGN.com. Select radio in the How Did You Hear About Us section. Terms apply. Go to coin.com/disclosures for full details.
A cyber terror arrest in Pakistan, charging a man there for helping incite widespread rioting in Britain. He's accused of spreading the misinformation online related to last month's stabbing at a dance class in England that left 3 children dead. The false claim was the teenage suspect was a Muslim asylum seeker, which sparked an angry mob to attack a mosque in Britain and all that rioting that led to about 1,000 arrests in the UK. There's been a school shooting overseas, though it's summer, so there are no classes at the time.
It was 10 a.m. in Sanski Most, Bosnia, when gunfire broke out at a secondary school. The principal, a teacher, and a secretary shot dead. Police say the killer, who also worked there, is severely injured after an unsuccessful suicide attempt. We're told he used an automatic rifle to carry out the attack, reportedly motivated by a workplace dispute. Bosnia is plagued by illegally held firearms, in large part due to the wars of the 1990s. It's thought in the country of 3.5 million people on the Balkan Peninsula, there are 750,000 illicit guns. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
There's an update on 2 ex-Minneapolis police officers convicted in George Floyd's killing.
The U.S. Federal Bureau of Prisons says Derek Chauvin is now being housed at a prison in Texas, transferred there on Tuesday, 9 months after he survived a stabbing at an Arizona prison. Chauvin is serving 22 and a half years for murder after he was convicted in April 2021 of killing George Floyd and could be seen in widely circulated cell phone video kneeling on Floyd's neck for more than 8 minutes in May of 2020. Chauvin was seriously injured when he was stabbed about 22 times last year at the Tucson prison. Thomas Lane, a former officer who assisted Chauvin in Floyd's death, was released from a Colorado federal prison on Tuesday after serving a sentence of more than 3 years. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are rising before the opening bell. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Colleges welcoming back their students for the fall semester as the University of Illinois meets their new freshmen and sees returning faces. Campus police stepping up their efforts. The goal is to introduce college safety resources to students to help alleviate their nerves. The police also hope students make use of the wide variety of resources the campus has to offer. A Seymour man accused of trying to abduct a student walking home from Urbana Middle School earlier this month. Prosecutors say Hunter Simmons offered an 11-year-old girl a ride home, but asked if she wanted to make some money on August 6. The girl rejected both offers and ran to a safe location. Simmons arrested at his home. 3 middle schools in Champaign receiving a threat on social media. Champaign police confirming the school district staff contacted the department Monday about a social media threat. They say while the threat had vague language, it did name 3 middle schools: Franklin Academy, Jefferson Middle School, and Edison Middle School. You're locally up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, thank you, Jim. Appreciate it very much. It's Wednesday. This is August 21. I'm Stevie Jay. There's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
Weather brought to you by Busey for over 150 years. Member FDIC. Our meteorologist is Greg Soye, and we've enjoyed some wonderfully cool temperatures. Going to warm up more appropriately, but then come back down the ladder in a week or so. Greg, it looks good, man.
Yeah, still lots of summertime to go around here, but in the meantime, kind of a cool feel for outdoor work and playing. Hopefully being able to head back to the pool scene here over the course of Friday into the weekend, and at least into the first half of next week. By mid next week, signs of a weak cool front that'll hopefully knock temperatures down from the 90-degree mark and then some. Readings a little more seasonal for the time of year, so anticipating a mild to warm next Thursday evening over at Memorial Stadium with light winds, and so far no rain in the forecast at that point. Daytime readings will be certainly well into the 80s next Thursday afternoon, and maybe about 80-ish or so for kickoff, or maybe a hair just south of that next Thursday evening. So comfortable, put it that way, for not too hot, we hope, for next Thursday evening football. In the meantime, a little bit of rain over the western end of the state. That's going to stay west of the line from Springfield down to Effingham. We may get into some patchy clouds. Other than that, a sunny to partly cloudy, pleasant day's worth of weather. Should be about 83 this time of the year, but 76 will take it with a light northeast wind. Another cool night tonight, 48 to 52. Sunny, pleasant, 78 tomorrow. Into the mid-80s we go with sunshine and a south wind for Friday. Saturday, increasing clouds up to 87. There may be a stray shower Saturday night. Nothing Sunday, but a little more heat and humidity. Close to 90 there. Lower 90s next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with iffy to spotty thunderstorm chances Monday and Wednesday of next week as well. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Beautiful weather. It's August 21. The students are back. Everybody's in school. Yeah. Students start Monday at U of I to go back to classes. All the groceries and Costco's of the world have been packed.
Give yourself a little extra time as you're running your errands, because it does take a little more time when the students are back.
217 texter 217-359-2255 on the Fisher National Bank text line.
Well, this one says, Johnny, not only will she know the questions.
This is talking about the debate, and Kamala Harris's very close friend is the head of ABC News. Her name is Dana Walden. And remember, Donna Brazile gave Hillary the questions when she worked at CNN. Donna Brazile did, and Hillary had a peek at the debate questions. It's just how I couldn't take them. Somebody wanted to give it to me, I'd feel guilty.
I mean,
my conscience would bother me.
It's not necessarily against the rules, though, right? It's
kinda. They're cheating.
I mean, it's not written down anywhere.
Oh, it's not? You can get the questions beforehand because you have a friend of a friend who's in.
So not only will the questions be softballs, Madam Vice President, what is your favorite ice cream? And why is it better than Joe's favorite?
Caramel sea salt is probably what I would say. Oh, I'd love to get a question like that. Oh, yeah. I am mad enough to tell you what I believe about my ice cream flavors.
Exactly.
So we'll see September 10. She turned down Fox, too dangerous. Somebody's going to probe for questions that are going to be really hard to answer. When you switch positions, over the last 30 days, she switched, 10 positions. You got to remember what your reason was, and they'll brief her on all that. What do you say about fracking? Because your left wing is totally against oil and gas, totally against fracking, might damage water. Just something totally to consider. How clean is it? How can they get that extracted from rock and all these other things, but not have to go in deep water, be cheaper and all these other things, and they supply really great paying jobs. I mean, North Dakota, you could make a ton of money up there with fracking and some of these others. So anyway, she'll have to explain why did she change that? And you've been against oil and gas, you would totally stop drilling. Now you are for that. What happened? I mean, how would you explain your evolution? And then she's got to be careful not to go too far into the weeds, because then her left flank will say, well, she's kidding, right? Yeah. Wink, wink, wink. We got to get in the office. She's not doing that. It's like, gosh. Shouldn't she tell the truth about where you are? Shouldn't I get to know exactly who you are, what you believe? There's no ambiguity with Donald Trump. Drill, baby, drill is pretty easy to conceive.
That's right.
We're going to bring the energy prices down, so your gas is going to be $2 a gallon.
If we could just stay within this country when it comes to our energy sources.
Well, we had it. 2016, 2020, we eventually, in that term, had oil independence. We were selling our oil. Our gas prices when Trump left was $1.84. What would that feel like every day?
Yeah.
And then guess what? When you take the roast beef to the grocery store, it's cheaper because the diesel prices are down for the trucks.
Yeah.
It makes a big difference. Anyway, yeah. So, but the Obamas are wonderful speakers.
Absolutely.
But when Michelle Obama said, we were taught not to take more than you needed, I'm thinking, well, you're worth $70 million now. Is that enough? Or what are you thinking here? I mean, good for them. Barack Obama got his credit card declined at LAX in 2001.
Right.
God bless America. I mean, that's what you can be. And if it's just going to be a degree of how far left are you, this ticket is the farthest left we've ever gone. And if you examine the policies of what they want to do, you're going to have to pay more taxes. And nothing's going to happen with some of your inflationary concerns. And also the grocery price, nothing's going to change because your oil price is going to be up because they're going to stop that because it's dirty. And I'm for all clean, but let's evolve to it over the next 25 years. Oh, we don't have time. The world's going to end. Okay, I don't know that, and I'm pretty sure you don't either.
Right.
We don't know the time. Look at the Bible. If you look, we don't know the time or the place of the time. We don't know when. The world's going to end. The world's going to end.
Right.
I don't know the timing of it. Nobody does. Okay, 217-359-2255. We have a Stever. If you want to text me LANZ, L-A-N-Z, we will put you in the pile of people interested in getting this $500 prize from LANZ Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Underground.
At landsinc.com, you can click on LANZ Comfort Family.
Yep.
You'll be part of the family and the Orange Comfort Family
Essentially,
membership.
they're taking care of your air conditioner, your furnace, and your plumbing needs. All the checkups are free. Everything they do, if they need repair, you get discounts. You're just in the club, and I'll pay for it for 12 months. I'll pay the whole way.
They're going to keep up with your routine maintenance. There's all kinds of perks to being an Orange Comfort Club member, and you can learn more at landsinc.com. But essentially, all you need to do is text in LANZ, L-A-N-Z, to 359-2255 on our Fisher National Bank text line.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you wouldn't enter something like this unless you are yourself an HVAC expert and you can do it. Because this is
even then, if you work for the competition, you might want to see what they got here. It's coming at you for free.
All right, so go ahead and text in LANZ if you're interested in being considered. $500 prize. We'll do 2 people today. 2 people will be very happy. Let us check now your sports headlines.
You know, now that I'm looking at the text line, I see at 7-Eleven today, it talks about football attendance. Okay, so Mizzou coach just called out fans for not selling out home opener. And they're starting at number 11 in the country. So how much damage did Lovey do in regards to fans and the stands? It's going to take some time to get that fan culture turned around. Hopefully we can give Brett and the team a few sellouts this year. Feels like they deserve it after reviving the program.
They did indeed, and I really like Brett Bielema, but guess what? You got to win. And we were 5-7, 8-5, 5-7. You got to win consistently, and for some reason, and nobody knows why, Illinois has never been able to do this every year. Just 6-6, 7-5, 6-6, 7-5, 8-4. Ooh, just bowl. And it's for some reason brutally difficult at Illinois, and I don't know why. So the only way people come is if you win. Then they've never missed a game. They've been to every one of them in the rain, in the snow. It's just what happens. You got to win all the time. Look at our basketball team. Guess what that's going to be? Hard to get a ticket. Hard to get a ticket for Brad Underwood's team because the last 6 years were the winningest program in the Big Ten. I don't think that's ever happened. Ever. All right.
So, in any case, and I don't know how it's going to feel on a Thursday, a week from tomorrow, on the 28th at 8 p.m. against EIU.
Not going to be a ton of people after halftime. They're just not. They're just not. They're planning to go. They're going to do the tailgate as much as they can, much as the work allows. And then they got the kids that want to go, so they're going to allow them to stay up till 10:30 and try and get them in bed late and hopefully get to the Labor Day weekend, 3-day, getting through Friday. It's just not going to be a great crowd under those circumstances. The opponent is a team that shouldn't beat you, and it's late, and it's Thursday. So you'll have a lot of people, I'm pretty sure, through the half to the Marching Illini, and then I think you'll see some people kind of drop off.
So then number 22, Kansas, on the 7th at 6 p.m.
That should be a good crowd. That should be like, okay, let's see the year on this game. Lot on the line there because you're going to leave that game thinking, hey, or
Okay.
It's a big game.
They're all such big games
Well,
to me.
it's just that if you can get to 3-0 early, there'll be a lot of people showing up for home games. Because then we're thinking, okay, we can get to a bowl with this ball club. But you go 2-1, man, who are you going to beat?
Right.
And
Central Michigan is the homecoming game at 11 a.m. on September 14th.
Yeah.
We've got an early homecoming. And then on September 20th at 7 o'clock, it's Nebraska.
At Nebraska.
Yeah.
And they'll sell out their place.
Right.
So
we have a lot of evening games, though, it seems like, out of the gate here. I mean, Central Michigan's going to be 11 a.m., but other ones are 6, 7, 8 o'clock. So there you go. By the way, we'll be at Pia's Wednesday, August 27th.
Yeah. 8th.
And that's the 27th. The game's on the 28th, right?
I think it's the 29th. A week from tonight is what? 28th?
Yeah.
Well, we'll be at Pia's the 28th.
Okay, gotcha.
29th the game.
So, in any case, it's the All-Elite AEW Wrestling at the State Farm Center. So, Eric's doing a fan bus at 5:45, and I'm hearing we've got some tickets and things like that. Of course, we'll have tickets to the game, giveaways, guests. It's a blast, 3 to 5. Make plans to put that on your calendar to join us at Pia's.
Week from tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, congratulations, Busey. Recognized among the world's best banks, and America's best banks for 2024. It's the first time they've actually been in the world's best banks. And the third consecutive year, the organization has received America's Best Banks honor. Congratulations. Recognizes Illinois best place to work, in Florida among the best companies to work for, in Indiana best place to work. Busey Wealth Management also been named to Pensions and Investments Best Places to Work and Money Management list. And the organization was named among the best banks to work for in the U.S. by American Banker. From exceeding the needs of customers and colleagues to serving our communities, Busey Associates have shown unmatched dedication to the pillars for more than 155 years. Whatever your needs, business and beyond, Busey promises the resources to help you succeed financially. Stop into one of their many convenient locations. Call 1-800-67-BUSEY or go to Busey.com to learn more. Busey, for over 155 years, member FDIC.
Well, Milwaukee came out on top 3-2. We've got a 6:45 start for that series to continue here on ESPN 93.5. Cubs beat Detroit 3-1, 7:05 over on US 105.9.
Okie dokie. And we have Chicago Bears football Thursday night.
Yes, we do.
Tomorrow night is Bears football on Q96.1, home of Jeff Joniak and the Chicago Bears this year.
Love it.
It's 8:19.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana and Saturday. Pleasant weather in our midst for the next couple of days with the comfortably cool to mild days and cool nights to continue on until Friday, warming back to more seasonal levels in through Saturday, and some heat and humidity coming in, at least for the first half of next week. Could linger as late as next Thursday evening's football game, and perhaps a couple of thunderstorm chances as well first half of next week. Otherwise, sunny to partly cloudy skies for the day-to-day. Gentle northeast wind, 76 the forecast high. We'll bottom out tonight with a fair sky at 48 to 52. That's cool for the season. The day tomorrow, sunny, pleasant, and 78. Low 50s tomorrow night, and a warmer Friday afternoon with sunshine, light south wind at 84. Highs up to 87 with increasing clouds Saturday. Saturday night, maybe a shower chance. Hot and humid Sunday, close to 90. And hot and humid weather into the first half of next week. A thunderstorm chance is small Monday and Wednesday. High temperatures low 90s. Nights down to 65 to 70. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Ford is canceling plans to build new 3-row electric SUVs and instead will make the models gas-electric hybrids. It's also developing electric commercial vehicles, and a new plant in Tennessee will delay production of a full-size electric pickup by 18 months until 2027, though it will produce batteries at the site. Ford says it wants to broaden its strategy to offer more and cheaper options to customers at a faster pace. Target shares are up nearly 14% after its business was better than expected in the recent quarter. Overall sales rose. Target lowered prices in the quarter, especially on grocery items. Though sales declined at Macy's, TJ Maxx parent company TJX is reporting an upbeat quarter. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Kosilva, invested in you.
Stay on top of the latest forecast with America's Weather Team in the palm of your hands.
Here's the latest from America's Weather Center.
It's Fox weather updates throughout your busy day, every day.
That heat's going to be out there for one more day.
Temperatures being 30 degrees above average.
Put the power of over 100 meteorologists and the worldwide resources of Fox in your hands with the Fox Weather Podcast. Precise, personal, powerful. Subscribe and listen now at foxnewspodcasts.com.
Tapman's Towing, team of experienced tow professionals, is seeking others with CDLs, previous tow experience, and or strong interest in serving others. Please visit our career page at tapmanstowing.com.
Very happy and honored to have Dr. Abraham Kocherl, cardiac electrophysiology, OSF, Heart of Mary in Urbana. What is AFib?
Yeah, so atrial fibrillation is a heart rhythm disorder, and it's actually the most common heart rhythm disorder that needs treatment. So about 6 million Americans have it currently, and it's expected to increase to about 15 million by 2050. So it's a growing problem. There are lots of things that lead to atrial fibrillation, and this includes diseases like diabetes and hypertension, sleep apnea. Other factors that lead to it are an excessive alcohol and tobacco use, being overweight or obese, and being sedentary. Generally it's an older person's disease. Generally, if you have other heart conditions, it's worth looking for, so that there's a condition called heart failure, which commonly is associated with atrial fibrillation. So hopefully, if you have one of those conditions, those patients are being seen by a cardiologist, and that cardiologist is paying attention to the heart rhythm and keeping an eye on things to look for the development of atrial fibrillation.
To learn more, visit osfhealthcare.org.
This is Rob Meyer with Provident Financial Group. Political news is sure to dominate the headlines in 2024, adding uncertainty to the markets. This makes a disciplined investment strategy even more critical to achieving your long-term goals. To assure your investments are aligned with your objectives, contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Urbana Park District invites you to get fit for free. Fitness classes all summer at Meadowbrook Park. Each Saturday, free yoga in the park starting at 9 a.m. On select Saturdays, free Zumba in the park starting at 10:30. And on select Tuesdays, free Tai Chi starting at 6:30 p.m. All classes are at Meadowbrook Park in the Garden Pavilion, and all ages and abilities are welcome. Meet new friends, bring friends to these classes, and enjoy. For details, visit urbanaparks.org.
From computer systems to brakes and tires too, at PDR, fixing cars is what they do. Remember, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 or use their dedicated text-only line at 383-0619. Additional information including repair quotes and online scheduling requests available from the website at pdrauto.com. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR. Well, Crisis Nursery helps children 6 and under. They've been doing it a long time, helping families. Jenna Phillips, Crisis Nursery. You got Touch a Truck, and I'm shocked that you could get Diane Ducey to come to a public event. Wow, that's amazing. Jenna, how are you? Tell me about it. What's happening Saturday?
Yeah, so we're going to be out at Carl at the Field. Touch a Truck this year is presented by Deuce Construction. We're going to have a bunch of different vehicles there. It'll be super fun for all ages to come hang out.
And one thing about the Deuce Construction and having Austin as the volunteer, board president for Crisis Nursery, wasn't he?
Yeah. Last year, Austin was our board president.
Awesome. Austin Ducey is my son, Michael. Michael and Stevie were great friends in high school at Unity back in the day. And it's just so fun to see the concrete pumps and the concrete mixers and cement mixer trucks. And you just have such a nice variety, even going into the ag world with some of the tractors and combines. And then you have the first responders section. Is there a helicopter scheduled to come in again?
Yeah, as long as the weather is good, we're going to have a helicopter from both Carl Air Life and OSF.
I love that.
And how much does this cost, Jenna? It must be a lot of money, huh?
The event is totally free for all of the community to come.
Free? Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
If anyone wants to make a donation, we're suggesting a $15 donation to cover 1 hour of child care at the nursery or bring some goods to help us stuff the bus. So like diapers, wipes, those kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And you can, since it's 9 to 1 at Carl at the Fields on Saturday, you also have some food trucks there available in case people want lunch?
Yeah, I think we're still looking for one more food truck, but right now we have Kona Ice and Travelin' Tom's Coffee, so both of those are going to be really good.
Sounds great. Now, if people want to get involved with Crisis Nursery, are you still looking for volunteers to rock some babies or do some help?
Yeah, we're always looking for volunteers. Anyone that wants to come to the nursery and help out can apply on our website, and whenever we have openings, we'll give you a call and do all the stuff then.
Excellent. CrisisNursery.net is your website. The Touch a Truck event, again, Saturday, 9 to 1. Jenna, we really appreciate all you do. You probably are in the works for some of these things coming down the pipe in the fall, and at holiday shop time will be here before you know it, I feel like, right?
Oh, yeah, we've got our golf outing in September also. We're just, all of the events, they're super fun to help us raise money so that we can continue to provide care for the children in the community.
Keep up your good work. Jenna, how can people find more information on Crisis Nursery?
Yeah, like Diane said, CrisisNursery.net. All of our stuff is there, or you can give us a call and we can do a tour for you.
Awesome. Hey, listen, thank you, and thank you for what you do, Jenna.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Pleasure. ESPN 93.5.
9 to 1 on Saturday at Carl at the Fields.
Okay, you're darting out of here.
I am. Thanks for the reminder.
Yeah.
I'm seeing some more texts come in for Lance. It's a great offer to be part of the Comfort Club, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's one of those $500, how would you not take this kind of thing. So there are obviously a lot of people that are saying, well, I'll do my checkups on my furnace and air conditioner and plumbing for a year free.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Absolutely.
All right, so that's at 217-359-2255.
And I'm ducking out to Masters Networks. They meet on Wednesdays after 9, only about an hour and a half, in the basement of Just Yokin at the Crossing.
What's Just?
Over by
Don't know what that is.
It's like a breakfast place.
Who's heard of that?
I mean,
they don't advertise.
Maybe
How
they
could
need
you know?
to get radio messages on.
Go to work, Diane.
It's in the same area of Jupiter's at the Crossing.
Never heard of them.
So in any case, that's where I'm going to
basement?
talk.
It's a lower level?
I guess so. And they have that at Jupiter's also. So I think the whole complex there, the whole facility.
They're in the building.
Right.
Okay.
So
right.
the
big
basement
building.
It has parties and things like
where
that.
The video games are in the Jupiter.
That's right. Back in the day, I used to take the kids all the time. They get all those
tickets. Yeah. And get that 42-cent plastic thing for all the tickets. I remember
all
vividly.
I got was a whistle.
We spent $40 and I got a plastic whistle that blow a lot. So dang it.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you.
And enjoy the day.
Talk to you tomorrow. It's Diane Ducey. All right. We got some clips from last night's DNC, Democratic National Convention tonight. Tim Walz and Bill Clinton.
Okay.
I just want to say a couple things. Isn't Hillary sweet? Oh, golly, I'm back, and I don't know how long I talk. No longer than 2 hours. I'm sure no longer than 2 hours. So Bill Clinton, how's he look? He's 70-something, isn't he?
Right, I think 78.
Is he 78?
I'll need to do a little poking around
Hey, listen,
real quick.
you go back to the 90s, I was totally aghast at his sexual problems.
I know.
But from a policy wonk and pretty smart, there's no doubt.
78, I'm right.
Bill Clinton, Newt Gingrich had a balanced budget in the 90s.
Yeah.
And he just had a sexual addiction or something. I mean, whatever. But as far as
Jennifer Flowers was.
there's just the Arkansas State Police couldn't keep up, and then it came out, and then I'm not going to sit around and bake cookies, Hillary's all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then the whole. I mean, the intern that was 22 or something. Anyway, Monica Lewinsky, all that stuff was so distracting. But from the standpoint of getting policy wasn't extreme based on today. He was a Democrat, but Bill Clinton, now he looks pretty liberal. Now he looks pretty moderate.
42nd president from 93 to 2001.
Yeah. Okay, we will be right back. Diane, thank you.
Enjoy the day.
All right, back in just a moment with the last half hour of the program. It is ESPN 93.5. It is Wednesday, August 21. Beautiful weather, getting a little warmer on us. We'll check with Greg a couple more times here before we're done. 8:30 in Champaign-Urbana.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling fired up.
Former President Obama there at the Democratic National Convention making the case for Kamala Harris for president. Her running mate Tim Walz speaks and accepts the vice presidential nomination tonight. Trump running mate J.D. Vance on Fox and Friends.
The thing that really unites the Democratic Party is not any shared vision for how they want to advance this country. It's their hatred of one person.
Donald Trump, who campaigns with Vance in North Carolina this afternoon. Dozens of pro-Palestinian protesters were arrested near the Israeli consulate in Chicago.
Protesters set an American and an Israeli flag on fire. They were dressed in all black and had their faces covered and charged at a line of police. Some protesters were heard chanting "Free Palestine" outside the consulate.
Fox's Brooks Singman, Secretary of State Anthony Blinken has left the Middle East with no ceasefire deal in place. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. One person dead and follows a shooting at Urbana over the weekend. Police say a fight broke out Saturday between a group of people at a party in the 1500 block of Hunter. During the brawl, shots were fired and two were struck. One of the victims, William Booker, died at the hospital while the other was treated and released. Sangamon County Coroner Jim Allman will serve as sheriff temporarily. It follows the retirement of Sheriff Jack Campbell. Following calls to resign after the deadly shooting of Sonia Massey by a deputy last month, Campbell announced he was retiring by the end of the month. The Sangamon County Board Chair will nominate someone to fill the position within 60 days. Illinois Conservation Police investigating a deadly boating accident at LaSalle Lake State Fish and Wildlife Area. Authorities say a 7-year-old girl fishing with her grandfather and great-grandfather Sunday when their boat capsized on the lake near Marseilles. Police found the girl on the shore with park visitors who came to her assistance. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jill Miller.
Airlig Plumbing Solution. For your kitchen and bath remodels, sump pumps, maintenance plans, and even licensed backflow testing, Airlig has you covered. Your local plumbing contractors for industrial, commercial, and residential jobs can provide plumbing services, repairs, and installs with a quick turnaround by calling or texting 217-722-9499. Send an email with your plumbing issue and contact information to info@airligplumbing.com. Ow! A spring just hit me!
Mom, the couch is broken again.
It's about time we get rid of that clunky couch and look into buying a new one.
What about two men in a junk truck? Their professional moving team does a great job assisting with downsizing, home renovations, and clearing out old items you need hauled away.
Wow, it sounds like it'll make much more space in this house once the couch is hauled away.
I just pulled it up on my phone. You can schedule an appointment online at twomeninAjunkTruck.com.
Our weather brought to you by Watts Copy Systems, locally owned and operated, offer cost-efficient solutions for busy offices. What you paying for your color printing? They can take care of it. Just call Watts Copy Systems 217-352-0428. Our meteorologist is Greg Solier.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, and Vicinity, and the fine spell of summertime weather continuing on with comfortable temperature and humidity levels for the next couple. Weak weather system passing by well to the west and south may bring a few clouds in from time to time for the day-to-day. Warm-up slated for the weekend, beginning on Friday for that matter, with an iffy shower chance Saturday night, maybe a little moisture chance into early to mid next week, with temperatures heading past the 90-degree mark. Otherwise, sunny to partly cloudy for the day-to-day up to 76 with a light northeast wind. The cool night tonight, fair, 48 to 52 on the low. For the day tomorrow, sunny, pleasant with a high around 78. Warm up on Friday with sunshine with a high around 84. And building heat and humidity over the weekend into next week, 87 on Saturday. Sunday high with more humidity in the air, close to 90. Highs in the lower 90s Monday through Wednesday next week. Could be a shower thunderstorm in spots both Monday, no rain Tuesday, and perhaps a thunderstorm chance on Wednesday. Highs again, low 90s, overnight readings in the upper 60s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Join Fighting Illini football as they kick off the 100th anniversary season in Memorial Stadium on Thursday, August 29th at 8 p.m. versus Eastern Illinois. Start your Labor Day weekend early with the whole family. Enjoy the Family Fun Zone in Grange Grove, plus fireworks in the stadium. Great seats available for as low as $15 for the Illinois football home opener, Thursday, August 29th. Get tickets at fightingillini.com.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
When it comes to finding a reliable vehicle, look no further than Sarah Champagne, your trusted automotive destination. They carry a lineup of top brands, including Honda, BMW, Subaru, GMC, and Buick. And they're not just about cars, they're about people. Their team is dedicated to providing you with trustworthy service and dependable vehicles that fit your lifestyle. Experience the difference at Sarah Champagne. Visit Sarah, S-E-R-R-A, champagne.com. All right, I'm Stevie Jay, taking you till 9 o'clock, ESPN 93.5. Glad you're listening. You're welcome to text in on the Fisher National Bank's text line 217-359-2255. Mike Tobin, who's a television reporter for Fox News, was in the middle of everything yesterday, and he was talking to a protester in Chicago at the DNC. Mike Tobin talking to a protester DNC.
But he supports Hamas. In fact, he advocated October 7th. You support Hamas?
Every Palestinian support Hamas, not just me. Every Palestinian support Hamas.
Do you support October 7th?
Who?
October 7th.
October 7th? Yes, I do. What's wrong with October 7th? You tell me.
Women and children.
What?
It's a murder.
What is this?
Yeah, they did. They just did. It didn't happen. You're a liar. Where'd you get this BS? Yeah, October 7th, the massacre of the Jews. It didn't happen. You're lying. So when you got that going on, yeah, hard to have a discussion when there's video of everything. Anyway, so Dana Perino, after Barack Obama, Brock and Michelle and Doug Emhoff, those are very, very good speeches. Very lofty in hope is making a comeback, and it confused me because they already have the White House and the Senate. Dana Perino, after Barack Obama finished.
It was a beautiful speech, and again, like the oratory skills are incredible. There's one thing that Obama said, though, the president. He said, "We don't need 4 more years of bumbling and chaos." Now, he was talking about President Trump, but I imagine that President Trump was somewhere saying, "That's exactly what I've been saying." Yeah. He's talking about the last 4 years, and if you look at what people are saying about how they feel about the direction of the country, the state of their finances, the debt that they feel, the inflation, all of those things, they want a change from that.
Okay, and then some guy on CNN, surprisingly, said this.
In all these speeches, as good as they were, is that she's in the White House right now. Democrats have controlled the White House for 12 of the last 16 years. And for all of the talk about division and the problems in the country and people are hurting, Democrats have mostly controlled this country. Trump had it for 4. The Obamas and Biden had it for the rest of the time. And somehow, it's still all Trump's fault, and somehow she hasn't been at the center of it. So to me, that's still the glaring hole in this campaign that hasn't yet been solved at the convention. How do you explain all of the problems that will be solved by the person who is currently in there for the last 3.5 years, who is supposed to already be working on solving it?
Yeah, that's when you're talking about hope is making a comeback. I mean, you've been there. Why don't I have hope now? And then you can go down the litany of things that have happened in the last 4 years, and you're going, I don't think the border's very good. You can't argue that that's good. Crime has been accepted from the standpoint of the shoplifting, the smash and grabs, people not feeling safe. Oh, the crime numbers are down. Well, listen, people don't feel safe. I mean, if they don't feel safe, then the crime numbers, it doesn't matter. There have been just too many carjackings and murders. I mean, since the Democrats have been in Chicago for 2 days, there have been, what is the number? 17 shootings, 5 dead? And mostly black people. I don't. Why do we accept that? Police, by the way, have done a good job kind of tamping down the protesters because they've been allowed to do it. The mayor, Brandon Johnson, said, you guys got to forget whatever we said, just make sure arrest them. So they arrest them. They're doing their job because they're allowed to do their job. Police will take care of it if you let them. And so night 3 tonight, Tim Walz will accept as vice president, and tomorrow night Kamala will accept as the candidate for the Democratic Party and the President of the United States. Okay, one more clip, and I played this last time if you missed it. This is the Prime Minister of Singapore describing what woke is, and his perspective on what woke is, I think, is very clear to understand.
A movement called wokeness, where you are super sensitive about other people's issues, and you become hypersensitive when other people somehow or others say things or mention things or refer to you without the respect which you or your super subgroup feel you are entitled to. It leads to very extreme attitudes and social norms, particularly in some academic institutions, universities. You talk about safe spaces, you talk about appropriate pronouns, you talk about how I'm about to say something which may be offensive to you. If you don't want to hear it, perhaps you'd like to leave now. And life becomes very burdensome. And I don't think we want to go in that direction. It does not make us a more resilient, cohesive society with a strong sense of solidarity.
What is this?
We must be more robust.
More robust. We must be more. Doesn't it make sense? Doesn't it common sense? We're wrapped up in all this woke stuff, and it's like we got to be careful because, we got to watch our pronouns, and we got to don't say anything and tell them they can leave if this is sensitive. We want it burdensome. Isn't that what he said? I have been to Singapore. If you've never been to Singapore, really nice. Now, there's a couple of other parts you need to know about Singapore. Don't go spray painting cars. Remember the 90s, some kid spray painted some cars, and he was getting 8 lashes, like as in a whipping, publicly. Bill Clinton appealed, and they brought it down to 6 lashes. So you can't go to Singapore and think you're going to make trouble. I didn't see one police officer in the 2 days we were there. That's because they have cameras everywhere. They don't have to have their presence. But if you drop your McDonald's bag I believe the next day you'll be in an orange jumpsuit picking up McDonald's bags. You don't do that. So it's fairly strict. And also healthcare in Singapore, working pretty well, but you're required to go to the gym 3 days a week. And if you don't, your neighbor calls it in. Yeah, Bob's on the couch and I just got done. I'm sweating. You get cheaper healthcare if you're in better health. That's pretty common sense, but you're required to do it in Singapore. Anyway, it's clean. There's no way you want to go to Singapore and make any trouble because they just don't allow it. But it is a beautiful place. I mean, and you feel real safe. You can walk around at night. You can do whatever because they don't tolerate bad behavior. Now, we don't want to go to the extremes they do. Gum under the table's bad too. You can't misbehave. So there is that. Anyway, that was the Prime Minister of Singapore, which made a lot of common sense. You can text 217-359-2255. Sports headlines are 2 coming up. 8:45.
Looking for the perfect pair of boots? Come on down to Pard's Western Shop in Urbana. With an amazing selection that fits every style, Pard's has the perfect pair waiting for you the next time you're hitting the rodeo or stepping out in style. They've got great deals and sale prices on men's cowboy boots, girls' cowgirl boots, and kids' boots. And their friendly staff will make sure you leave with the boots you love. Pard's Western Shop, serving its customers with high-quality merchandise since 1968. Go see them today at 306 North Maple Street in Urbana.
Why use Lands Underground Solutions? We have the team, the technology, the tools, and the most experienced team in the industry. From a basic sewer pipe repair to replacing a sewer main, installing a water line to installing a septic system, installing underground utilities for a new construction project to rehabilitating the old pipes under a school. Lands has the most versatile and experienced team in the industry. Residential, commercial, and industrial, when it comes to your underground pipes, think Lands Underground Solutions. Why call anyone else?
You've changed thousands of diapers, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose because you'd do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow in Champaign-Urbana today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. All right, sports headline. The Cardinals lose. Boy, they had a chance at the bottom of the ninth. Runners on. Was it bases loaded or just first and second? I'm not sure, but the great Paul Goldschmidt, Nolan Gorman both struck out. Cardinals lose 3-2. Matt Carpenter hit a 2-run homer in the 8th to make it close. But the Milwaukee Brewers are unbelievable year they're having, and I wouldn't put it past them to do some damage in the postseason either. Anyway, not so good. Not so good for the St. Louis Cardinals again this year. I don't know what they're planning. I don't know what they're going to do, but Cardinal fans have been too spoiled over the years. If the Cardinals finish as they are now under 500, it will be the first time since Dwight David Eisenhower was president of the United States. He was the 34th president, and now we're coming up on 47. It just doesn't happen. 1958 was the last time the Cardinals had 2 losing seasons in a row. Cubs win, beat the Tigers 3-1. Cubs have a schedule. Now, again, the wild card includes a lot of people now. Cubbies go win 8 in a row, they're going to be right in the hunt. And I think it's possible with the schedule the Cubs have. Cardinals just have a brutal schedule. So, all right, week from today, we'll be at Pia's, live at Pia's with all kinds of cool things going on. It'll be Lante and Derek Piper and some surprises. They have an AEW wrestling event. Eric Meyer is providing a bus to go to that at the State Farm Center if you're interested later. But there's a kickoff event that we're having. We might get a professional wrestler, to come out, and told Lante might want to be careful. You don't want to say things like, oh, all you're doing is fake anyway, right? He might just throw you to the ground. And then his top employee, Betsy, said, yeah, I'd pay to have Lon body slammed, which wasn't nice, but... Anyway, live tonight at a week from today, 3 to 5 at Pia's, and all you got to do is show up and enjoy. A lot of people come to those, and they're really fun. So we're looking forward to that event at Pia's a week from tonight. Okay, it is 8:48. That's a peek at Illinois football a week from tomorrow night. It's Eastern Illinois, 8 o'clock kick. Excitement, energy. Let's go, Illini. Let's get it done. Let's beat those Panthers and move on to the Kansas game, which everybody has their eyes on. See if the Illini can get to a bowl this year. Check your weather with meteorologist Greg Solier. That will be coming up next. ESPN, it's 8:49.
Airlig Plumbing Solution. For your kitchen and bath remodels, sump pumps, maintenance plans, and even licensed backflow testing, Airlig has you covered. Your local plumbing contractors for industrial, commercial, and residential jobs can provide plumbing services, repairs, and installs with a quick turnaround by calling or texting 217-722-9499. Send an email with your plumbing issue and contact information to info@airligplumbing.com.
Tapman's Towing reminds all Illini fans, when you're on the road and see lights flashing, move over and use caution passing. Let's all get home safe tonight.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana and Saturday, and the fine spell of summertime weather continuing on with comfortable temperature and humidity levels for the next couple. Weak weather system passing by well to the west and south may bring a few clouds in from time to time for the day-to-day. Warm-up slated for the weekend, beginning on Friday for that matter, with an iffy shower chance Saturday night, maybe a little moisture chance into early to mid next week, with temperatures heading past the 90-degree mark. Otherwise, sunny to partly cloudy for the day-to-day up to 76 with a light northeast wind. The cool night tonight, fair, 48 to 52 on the low. For the day tomorrow, sunny, pleasant with a high around 78. Warm up on Friday with sunshine with a high around 84. And building heat and humidity over the weekend into next week, 87 on Saturday. Sunday high with more humidity in the air, close to 90. Highs in the lower 90s Monday through Wednesday next week. Could be a shower or thunderstorm in spots both Monday, no rain Tuesday, and perhaps a thunderstorm chance on Wednesday. Highs again, low 90s, overnight readings in the upper 60s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Norm Miller here, chairman of Interstate Batteries. You know, without batteries, life would be pretty lifeless. That's why Interstate All Battery Centers carry them in every size, shape, and style so you can drive, drill, call, film, or do whatever it is you want to do. Stop in today. They've got the power to keep you going. Interstate All Battery Center. Outrageously dependable.
Interstate All Battery Center. You'll find them outrageously dependable just over Interstate 74 at 2504 North Mattis Avenue in Champaign, with batteries for most every application in stock.
Bet like the pros with the world's largest sports book right at your fingertips. Circus Sports is now available in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I've been a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. We're excited that the Circus Sports app is now ready for action. Experience big app bets with high betting limits, tight money line splits, and more. Now you can download, fund, and bet like a pro from anywhere in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Hey, where are you headed?
To Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola.
What do they have there?
What don't they have there? Living room furniture, benches, chests, love seats, sectionals, tables, bedroom sets, hutches, nightstands, end tables, cabinets, mirrors, stools, clocks, lamps, pillows, rugs, desks, media consoles, patio furniture, Tempur-Pedic mattresses, and more.
So, everything.
Yeah, probably could have just said that.
Kelsey Furniture, quality for less. Yep, and finally, if you want a Stever from us, I take care of your checkups for your air conditioner, your hot water heater, your plumbing, checkups for your air conditioner and heating. So it's from Lance Heating, Cooling, Plumbing Underground. I'm paying $500 for you to have this for a year. It's a very good deal. Look it up if you're curious at lanceinc.com. It's all about the Orange Comfort Club. It's like $40 a month. I'll pay 12 months. So if you want to be eligible for this, you'll have a chance to experience Lands. They'll send you a survey at some point. And, get the checkups and save some money. 217-359-2255. Text LANC if interested. You'll get connected with somebody later today to have a chance to get this thing from you, for you. All right, we'll watch a little of that convention tonight. Report back to you tomorrow. John Decker will highlight our program, our White House correspondent. I don't think he went to Milwaukee this time. He was in, Chicago. He was in Milwaukee for the Republicans. I'm not sure he's covering. In fact, I'm pretty sure he didn't. He sent me a helicopter of Joe and Joe Biden leaving the White House ground to head to Chicago on Monday. And just a beautiful view of the helicopter lifting off, and pretty cool to have somebody pick you up in a helicopter in your backyard to go to your jet, Air Force One. All right, we'll be back tomorrow. The boys this afternoon on the Drive After 3, Lonte and Derek Piper. They'll be talking Illinois football, I'm sure, as we kick it off a week from tomorrow. We are here. It is on a Donkey Kong, man. It's unbelievable. And then that P is a week from tonight. I'm Stevie Jay. Thank you for listening. Have a great Wednesday. You've changed thousands of diapers, played hours of peekaboo and duck, duck, goose because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow in Champaign-Urbana today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window. New roofing and siding are a winning combination that can instantly change the look, feel, and function of your home. Our Kramer Siding and Window team takes pride in being an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred contractor, able to offer a best-in-the-business 50-year warranty. Pair it with preservation siding in your favorite style and color, and your home will be a showstopper. Start today and save 10% on roofing and 25% on siding. Call us, click on kramersiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
Airlig Plumbing Solutions. For your kitchen and bath remodels, sump pumps, maintenance plans, and even licensed backflow testing, Airlig has you covered. Your local plumbing contractors for industrial, commercial, and residential jobs can provide plumbing services, repairs, and installs with a quick turnaround by calling or texting 217-722-9499. Send an email with your plumbing issue and contact information to info@airligplumbing.com.
So when was the last time you saw a best deal guarantee?
You mean a promise that actually held up?
Right.
That some unknown online entity didn't want you to log in and download a code and then re-verify as you join some club.
Drives you nuts, I know.
And then once you purchase that set of steak knives...
Well, Dick Van Dyke Appliance World is a lot simpler. You find a verified great deal and they beat it. Just show them the deal you saw. A newspaper clipping or the online cart price will do, and then you're good.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, it's one of those instances where you see a best deal guarantee and...
you get the best deal.
This is Dennis Rieken, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Our exclusive 10-year protection plan comes free with most appliance purchases. Whether it's a GE, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Bosch, or any of our 30 brands, I guarantee we will beat any competitor's deal. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Ladies, we have saved a day just for you. Mahomet Christian Church offers a welcoming invitation for each and every one of you to join our inspiring annual women's conference. This year, join us as we will introduce an incredible author, Grace Kachaturian, and her book, It's Okay, Finding Peace in Unexpected Places. Register today as inspiration will be shared. Saturday, September 7th, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Your ticket will cover all meals, sessions, and the golden opportunity to listen as Grace's journey will touch your heart and offer a beacon of hope. Mahomet Christian Church's annual women's conference. Get excited, get registered, and get ready for the author, Grace Kachaturian. Tickets are just $35 for the entire day's festivities, and we're looking forward to seeing you. Limited space is available, so sign up today. MahometChristian.org. MahometChristian.org.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. We are honored to be celebrating 15 years of service and want to thank all of our amazing clients for their confidence and trust. We look forward to meeting the needs of current and future clients in the years to come. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Bet like the pros with the world's largest sports book right at your fingertips. Circus Sports is now available in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I've been a lifelong sports bettor and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. We're excited that the Circus Sports app is now ready for action. Experience big app bets with high betting limits, tight money line splits, and more. Now you can download, fund, and bet like a pro from anywhere in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
21321. That's slash 321-321.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.